The British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good afternoon. I'm your host, Avia Boulay, and these are your headlines at 3:30. The BC Green Party will not renew its deal with the NDP that was intended to stabilize the government with a one-seat majority. The Cooperation and Responsible Government Accord expires next month, and Green leader Emily Lowen says the NDP hasn't met the commitments on issues such as healthcare, electoral reform, and bringing more transit options to Vancouver Island and the Sea-to-Sky region. Deputy Premier Nikki Sharma issued a statement saying that the two parties have done good work over the last year, but they were unable to find common ground as the Greens wouldn't rule out voting with the Conservatives to trigger an election. Seats in the legislature have shifted since the last election, with several departures from the opposition Conservatives, leaving them with 30 seats to the NDP's 47, while the Greens have 2 and 5 independents. BCIT health programs are reporting a large influx of applicants this year. Reporter Jeannie Lynn has more details on why.
Students wishing to enter a BCIT health science program may face tougher competition this year. Programs such as the medical radiology program and the nuclear medicine program are at waitlisting status faster than ever before. Denise Polzer, program head of medical radiography at BCIT, talks about how the change in mission model influenced the influx of applicants this year.
So we went to a first qualified, first accepted model. We used to be a competitive model, then our application numbers dropped, and again, there are several reasons for that. It could have been COVID. And it's really dramatic. Yeah, for the last 2 years, this year to me is the most dramatic. But
students wishing to enter the health sciences programs are recommended to apply as soon as the application window open. Jeannie Lin, BCIT News.
Some members of the community are expressing safety concerns over 2 proposed supportive housing projects in Burnaby. Our reporter Clara Lawton has more.
The 2 projects will be made on 5839 Imperial Street and 3020 Gilmore Diversion. However, many are against this proposal. Conservative MLA for Abbotsford South, Bruce Banman, attends the protest as a support.
I believe at the foundation people have a right to say this is not appropriate in my neighborhood.
Additionally, Burnaby Councillor Richard Lee will be proposing a motion to Burnaby Council against the housing proposal on February 10. Clara Lonto, BCIT News.
Pressure mounts on Transport Canada as now 2 major BC cities have called on it to regulate headlight strength. Reporter Aidan Singh has more on the City Council asking for relief from the beams.
Just yesterday, Victoria passed a motion asking regulators to examine rules around headlight brightness. This comes just weeks after Vancouver passed a similar motion. During that session in late January, Councillor Sean Orr asked, "How is this legal?" as he claimed the blinding headlights can reduce nighttime visibility and increase the risk of accidents. Both cities have sent letters to Transport Canada, but no action has been taken yet. Aidan Singh, BCIT News.
The head of the law firm representing BC man Robert Schellenberg says their client definitely won't face the death penalty again after China's top court overturned the sentence and announced his retrial on drug charges. Mo Xiaoping says the Supreme People's Court have overturned the 2019 smuggling conviction, and Schellenberg's case has been sent back to a lower court for a retrial. He says that when his colleague met for their client on Friday to tell him the news, Schellenberg's mental stress was significantly relieved. The decision came on the heels of Prime Minister Mark Carney's visit to Beijing, the first by the Canadian leader in 8 years. The Vancouver-based mining firm that operates a site in Mexico where 10 workers were abducted says that some have been found dead. A statement from Vizsla Silver says that they've heard from a number of families that their relatives have been found dead following the late January abduction. The statement posted on Vizsla's website does not say how many workers have been found, and still waiting for confirmation from Mexican authorities. Vizsla President Michael Connert says that the firm is devastated by the outcome and there remains focus on safe recovery for those still missing. The Manitoba government is increasing public school funding by 3.5% for the upcoming school year. That includes a 2.9% increase for operating costs, as well as money for capital projects and other items. Education Minister Tracy Schmidt says that the increase is above the recent rate of inflation. which Statistics Canada pegged at 2.7% in last year. The funding for each school division is based partly on enrollment, and the province is maintaining its guarantee that no division will see its funding drop. Some school divisions has raised property taxes sharply and have warned that they need more money to pay for the wage increases and rising enrollment. Teacher salaries are being standardized across the province, and the government's funding includes money to help school divisions facing the steepest of increasing to meet the new salaries. A Canadian study says giving babies peanuts, eggs, and fish and other common allergens early and consistently decreases the risk that they'll be allergic to them. Senior author Dr. Derek Chu says it's especially important to introduce potential allergens early to those high-risk children trying to prevent food allergies.
Early introduction is when baby's ready. They've got the coordination to sit up and chew with their mouth, and they're curious about food. For many, that'll be around age 4 months, maybe 5 months, maybe 6 months.
Food Allergy Canada cautions that peanuts are a choking hazard, but a safe way to introduce them is by mixing peanut butter with hot water, cooling the mixture, and adding it to soft foods that the baby is already eating, such as infant cereal or pureed fruits and vegetables. The Winter Olympics have become a platform for political debate in the U.S. American athletes face questions about Donald Trump's immigration policy. Freestyle skier Hunter Hess expressed mixed emotions about representing the U.S., prompting criticism from Trump and others. On Monday, fellow athletes like Chloe Kim and Eileen Gu defended Hess, emphasizing unity. The Olympics often intersect with political issues, and recent events in the U.S. have heightened these tensions. Athletes like Michaela Schifrin and Amber Glenn have spoken out, while others prefer to focus on their sports, avoiding political distractions. Moving on to sports now, Canada's women's hockey team has defeated Czechia 5-1 to improve 2-0 in the preliminary round action at the Milan Cortina Olympics. It has been 11 years since Seattle Seahawks have won the Super Bowl, and fans have been waiting for this revenge game since the Super Bowl 49. Seattle came on top with a 29-13 win. ABC's Whit Johnson spoke with Seattle Seahawks tight end A.G. Barner.
How would you characterize what Sam Darnold has brought to the team?
We're the best in the world. Sammy's the best in the world, and America loves an underdog story.
Continuing with Super Bowl 60, history repeats itself with a running back winning the Super Bowl MVP for the first time in 28 years. Correspondent Kenneth Kohlberg reports.
A smothering defense and a late offensive surge carried the Seattle Seahawks to their second Super Bowl championship. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker was a consistent presence throughout in his team's 29-13 Super Bowl 60 win over New England. Walker rushed for 135 yards and totaled 161 yards from scrimmage to take home Super Bowl MVP honors.
If I would tell myself as a kid right now, I wouldn't have guessed that I would be the one to win an MVP. So it's a surreal moment, and it doesn't happen without the guys in the locker room.
Walker is the first running back to win the award since Denver's Terrell Davis in 1998. Coach Mike McDonald's team held New England scoreless through 3 quarters before scoring 17 in the 4th.
They're a heck of an opponent, but we're really happy for our guys and the 12s in our community. Can't wait to bring the trophy back home.
Seattle avenged its loss to New England in Super Bowl 49 11 years ago. Gethin Coolboss, Santa Clara, California.
Making headlines more than the Seattle W is halftime performance from Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny brought out Lady Gaga, Martin, and Puerto Rican pride to the Super Bowl as Green Day and Puth played the pregame. AP correspondent Julie Walker reports.
Bad Bunny's halftime show at the Super Bowl was a celebration of Puerto Rican culture sung in Spanish with one English phrase to kick off a song about dreamers coming to America. God bless America! There were appearances by Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga, and celebrities including Cardi B, Jessica Alba, and Pedro Pascal, plus a live wedding. Coco Jones opened the Super Bowl with Lift Every Voice and Sing. Green Day delivered a tribute to the NFL Championship's 60th anniversary with a mix of hits. Brandi Carlile and Charlie Puth performed patriotic songs. As the show ended, Bad Bunny held up a football to the camera. It had a message that was also on the scoreboard. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. I'm Julie Walker.
In an AP interview, Alan Kildov, skier Lindsey Vohn's dad, says his daughter's racing career is done. Lindsey Vohn's father says that she will no longer race if he has any say. The American skiing superstar broke her leg in the Olympic downhill over the weekend. Alan Kildov, Vaughn's father, spoke to the Associated Press on Monday.
The thing is, she's 41 years old. You end this way, and this is the end of her career. I mean, it's not that there will be no more ski races for Lindsey Vonn. At least not as long as I have anything to say about it.
Vaughn is recovering in Treviso Hospital after her fall and helicopter evacuation on Sunday. Kildov declined to discuss her injuries but praised her strength. The hospital stated Vaughn had surgery on her left leg and is in stable condition. Her family remains by her side. The Winter Olympics is starting to warm up, but it's not just with sports action. AP's Brittany Peterson reports that there has been a shift to warmer temperatures at the Olympics.
World-class athletes have been training for years for the Winter Olympics. There's one major wild card, though, the weather. The mountains in northern Italy where the outdoor events are being held were cold and snowy leading up to the start, creating that magical wintry feel we associate with the games. The snow is now melting, and temperatures are expected to stay slightly elevated. Experts say climate change has its fingerprints on this. As the world warms, only a select few cities will be able to host the games. The International Olympic Committee said last week they could stage Olympic Games as early as January and Paralympic Games in February as a result of warmer temperatures.
Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson had a final 2 of nearly 30 civil lawsuits against him dismissed. Court record shows these lawsuits involved accusations of sexual misconduct from 27 women, most likely during massage appointments. The dismissal comes just before the lawsuits were set to go to trial. Watson, who played for the Houston Texans at the time of the accusations, has denied any wrongdoings. 2 Texas grand juries declined to indict him. Most lawsuits were settled in 2022. Watson was suspended for 11 games in 2022 and fined $5 million for violating the league's personal conduct policy. Those were your headlines at 3:30. Take it easy and happy Monday.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
I would recommend this program for anyone that isn't sure what kind of job they want in media.